So now we would like to cover the mobile applications, what they are, and whether they are good for our business or not. So applications is a software operating on mobile devices, tablets, smartphones. And as we were discussing earlier, because the mobile devices are very personal, whatever we plan regarding our mobile applications must be considered with good care. Mobile applications, it's like a next step in the relationship your business have with your customer. If we compare it to the human relations, for example, where the mobile website could represent a dating, where people get to know each other a bit, while mobile applications could be the next step, like a marriage, where people trust each other, do things together, and are in contact most of the time. So that's quite important. It's to understand that mobile applications enhance the relationship, and it's important to design them to extend the functionality that will help the client to interact with your business and drop the things that only clutter the device. So make sure they are useful tools that help your clients, whether it's with orders, researching new products you provide or service. Discussion also is quite often whether you should use your own apps, design your own apps, or maybe use like templates or white labels. Definitely when you design your own app, you can fully brand it, and it's cut exactly to your business needs. The process of development can be longer, and design and updates more expensive. However, if the designer understands your client and the app is addressing the client's needs, that could be outweighing the benefit. And it's good to take into consideration designing your own apps. Also, sometimes I see clients registering apps in the app stores like Apple App Store or Android App Store, Microsoft App Store, registering the apps under developers' names. We always point that creating your own developer accounts is not expensive across the platforms, and keeping all the branding, all the information to yourself. So that's quite important, to have your own developer licenses and publish them under your own brand or your own name. There's always discussion how to publish the apps, whether charge clients for it, maybe help to the return on investment by putting some advertising around. Maybe the branding and building loyalty is sufficient to have these apps being operated, maintaining. One thing we should always consider and think of very clearly is the button itself. It seems like a small thing, but the button on the personal mobile desktop of your potential client, the more attractive it is, the longer probably will stay on this phone. And the prominence is very important element of your app design, and the relationship you build with your client. Your app can connect your clients, your potential visitors, to the community you create around your business. And the return on investment can't be measured directly quite often. So you need to look at the value of your app through overall short and long-term return on the investment by attracting and building loyalty and stronger bond with your clients. There's always there can be conflict sometimes between the business goals, where quite often businesses would like to see immediate results, and what the customer needs. So on this around this comparison, business goals and customer needs, it's good. It's good to be on the customer side. So don't clutter the apps with useless features which don't enhance and don't help the customer, or maybe even will never be discovered at all. So that good habit is keeping neat and lean application and make a good use of all the features that apps allow to implement, but be very reasonable and focus on your customer needs first, and that for itself will pay back in the loyalty and in the way your client endorses your business. uh, that's, I think, quite obvious to look at before you commit to anything or decide your roads, whether you decide whether you need or not the apps. It's good to seek professional advice, whether it's digital agency or experienced consultant. They can really answer many of your questions almost instantly based on their experience. So we've got few major platforms. I would say Android and Apple Apple iOS are leading the market, and Windows Phone and BlackBerry. I would say it's not influencing as much as Android, where we know this is over 60% market share at the moment. iOS around 20. I would like to now also mention few success stories I found very interesting, very useful. For example, when I'm on the go with my Zipcar, I can just open my application and on my iPhone and find out where is the nearest Zipcar car almost instantly. And if you know how the Zipcar works, it's like a membership card. And once you find your card and you've got your membership card, you can just book the car on the phone, walk into the car by touching the card front window. You can just unlock the door. There is like a reader in the front, and you can just drive almost instantly. Another way, a huge discovery of mine was Spotify. And I was asking myself, access to this, I don't know how many tracks and sounds and all kind of music, allows you to save, download to your device, like iPhone, mobile or desktop, and listen to your music on the go, even without internet access when you are traveling, whether it's an underground or no internet access area. You can still listen to your favorite music, and you can just delete something you don't like anymore and start with something new. Domino Pizza applications. When you consider all the ingredients you can mix and match your pizza, it was calculated over 100 million combinations. So, as we could say, over 100 million pizzas when you start mixing and matching your ingredients. Coke is building apps which are more entertaining, simple but entertaining, and this way they build their brandings. So if you look into the mobile app development and success stories, you will find them in almost any industry. So where would you start with your mobile application development, and where would you start the research? Probably the best place to start is in your own business. Find out who has interest in mobiles, in media, and could be your mobile champion. Champion who would research the market, who would bring the people on board, which can help to make your mobile application a reality, and who can bring consultant, research the markets, find out where your customers are, so possibly with some marketing interest, also as well as technology. There are two strategies that person will have to consider. One is the media strategy, where it would be getting this out to your clients and promote it so people can download your app and start using once it's developed. And the content strategy is something that's very important when you plan how you are going to engage your clients, to keep them coming back to this application, to help them share with others. And also with content strategy, how easy will you make this app shareable to other peers, to their peers, friends, colleagues, family. So that mobile champion should be possibly interested in both technology and marketing, and have good interpersonal skills to have everyone working seamlessly around your project, your mobile application development. There are a few key metrics I would like to point you to at present. One of the key metrics which helps ranking your app in the app stores is downloads. The more downloads you have, the more interesting it is, and possibly the more engagement you have and interaction with your business. So when you start promoting your app, possibly good idea is spending some money on it to make it ranked higher. And from the app you can take orders, you can measure the orders taken directly from the app, you can measure the time spent and the engagement of your app, and how popular it is, how many people share it. So this is quite helpful for you to see how is your app paying back for the time and money it costs. There are a few ways to develop your mobile applications, and when we think about it, we can think of native apps, which are usually developed for single platform. So for example, the app developed for Apple iOS won't work on Android, and so that could be one consideration. The cost will be significantly higher to develop your app for different platforms than just developing a mobile website or web-based application. One of the good solutions to the convenience created by native apps and the cost to maintain them are the hybrid solutions that allow the applications to be stored on the computer and access all the features of native apps, and however work without web access. So they can use the browser engine but don't need the browser to run. And two of these options are hosted frameworks and could be cross-platform toolkits you can use for your business. One of the popular ones, hybrid solutions, could be PhoneGap, and that's probably the place where to start looking for possible hybrid solution with the PhoneGap and Cordova approach. So looking at the differences between native, hybrid and mobile web apps is native apps are designed for single platform, written with specific platform software development kits, and must be written for each platform separately and have access to all the native APIs. And also the graphics, all the performance is faster, is optimized for specific network and device, and can be distributed by App Store. The good news for hybrid apps is cross-platform affinity. and so they can be easily accessed on different platforms, and use usually technologies which are well known to all designers, developers, like HTML5, CSS3 and JavaScript, and run locally on the device, and also supports offline and can access the storage functionality, can access the motion sensor, can access cameras, and this is quite important when you design your app. When we talk about mobile web apps, they are also cross-platform and stored on the server, usually run on server-side scripts, and also with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Can be viewable from many devices, and the updates are centralized. So probably looking at the options, you would like to focus probably on the mobile web apps and hybrid apps to start with lower cost and measure effectiveness of your campaigns. So I hope this was helpful and clarified a few things and pointed you to the directions which might be the most useful for your business. So thank you very much for watching.